It's January 4th as I'm recording this. You know what that means? It's been exactly 2 months since we started work on the Little Loop Railroad. The big train show that I've been building this entire layout for is next week, and we're not done with the layout, both physically and with what videos I need to edit and release for the series. But I think this is a fun opportunity to reminisce on the project. It's been exactly 2 months of work, and it's a frame of reference of how close we are to finishing the layout with just 1 week to go. Or, to put it in a different light, it's a frame of reference for how much work we had left to do, and thus, how much work we did in the last week when compared against the final product. I know the series isn't the longest, but let's take a trip down memory lane. Let's go back to the very beginning. Not 2 months, though. 4 months. September. Back when the Little Loop first debuted as a challenge to take a train set all the way from Oregon to Michigan while I was on vacation. This was not meant to be a permanent setup, and the design I wound up using once in Michigan was literally just a loop of track, but this was the foundation of the project that we started in November. So all of the sidings felt unique. Being only 3 by 4.5 feet, this micro-model railroad plan was actually pretty clever, but I didn't think much of it at the time. This was just a side project after all. At least, it was a side project in September. Throughout October, I got occasional suggestions to make the Little Loop a permanent setup. At the time, I was too busy with my Halloween project, but with all the encouragement, I started planning and preparing for November. And once November rolled around, we hit the ground running. After just 5 days, the layout was functional and ready for us to start building up the scenery. It didn't look exciting, but it looked promising. And with the kind of excitement we had for this project, the layout moved quickly. The ground was simple. Just a little bit of paper mache and plastic gauze to get the general shape right, then slathered in some ground goop made of clays and paints to help bring that shape to life. We also worked on the fascia of the layout to help contain the scenery within the small footprint and refine the shape of the layout on the edge. Grass, ballast, and trees soon made their way onto the layout, making everything feel way more finished than it was before, which was a bit of a problem, because with this sense of security, things slowed down drastically at this point. We continued work, but not very seriously. Instead, we took some time to focus on smaller side projects, such as these ore cars, this building, or our Christmas crown jewel, Peppermint. But each of these projects took us only a night to complete on their own. We kinda just slacked throughout December. Which is weird, because it means that the rest of the layout is stuff we built in these last 2 weeks building up to the show. Stuff like this custom Shorty Combine, or this warehouse, or the rock formations. Heck, these photos are from 1 week to go, and we don't even have the river done yet. Which does remind me, maybe I should focus on the layout itself rather than editing down these videos. Sorry today's video is so short. If you'd like a bit more content from me today, I'd recommend checking out the Halloween series we did a few months back, since not many people actually watched it. Regardless, thank you for watching this little recap. It means a lot to me. Cheers, folks.